and l'ensemble de lancement, which is the launch phase. Now, if we start from the start, we will have the état de la base.
Food, water, and supplies to the ISS and bring down.
Unité, top. Allumage multi-garde. Allumage confirmé. Top. Allumage ERP. Décollage. Tous les paramètres à bord sont nominaux.
Well, we lost it to the low clouds early, but in a blaze of light, there she is coming back out of the cloud.
Tous les paramètres à bord sont normaux.
The
La
DDO
trajectoire
says
est
everything
nominale.
is normal, propulsion and trajectory. In a blaze of light and a trail of gold as Ariane 5 reaches into the skies above French Guiana on her way to deliver ATV-3, which will make her way to the International Space Station next week.
We've lost it to the crowd. So the launch vehicle first clears the pad in a vertical rise. And you can start giving
Last year, in the launch integration.
Similar to the space shuttle. Those SRBs will separate at 2 minutes and 22 seconds into the flight. There is a fairing that surrounds ATV-3 up there at the top of the vehicle. That will be separated at 3 minutes and 27
The
seconds.
inaugural launch of Soyuz here at the space base, and just last month, the initial launch of Vega. Europe's spaceport continues to grow. The ATV, on its way to the ISS, will show rendezvous and then dock during the night of March 30th. Over to...
And then they will spend 41 hours loading cargo back up into ATV. That will be destroyed upon re-entry. ATV is actually going to stay docked with the International Space Station about 6 months. This allows the crew plenty of time to unload all the cargo and pack it full of trash and other items that they don't need. ATV also has the ability to adjust the orbit of the International Space Station using its thrusters and its engines. But ATV is a very large spacecraft. As you can see from this animation, it's about the size of one of those modules of the International Space Station. It is 35
experiment or an entire alphabetical list of all the different dozens of science experiments that the crew does each and every day. There's also a number of different educational experiments that are actually designed and examined by students here on Earth. There are certain experiments from a few different schools in California, including Faith Christian Academy, Whittier Christian High School, and Valley Christian. There are experiments in what are called nanolab assemblies, which are basically small science lockers that can plug directly into the station's racks. There's about 7 different experiments, including one that takes a look at electroplating of gold and silver and how that is different in space. There's one that is examining ferromagnetic fluid behavior, which is basically metal particles in fluids. There's a biological growth experiment, a plant growth experiment, one that looks at concrete mixing and how it is different in space. Obviously, if you want to build something up in space, it's going to be a little bit different than here on the ground. There's also a biological experiment that takes a look at antibiotic resistance, and also a space robot experiment coming up on board ATV.
Range 0807. Copy.